Hey guys, Andy here. So sorry I can't be live with you guys tonight. It's my son's 5th birthday. So unfortunately I couldn't jump on the call, but I wanted to share some stuff with you. Shayna so kindly asked me to talk about volume. And so I'm just going to tell you what I've done so far. Everything I've learned has been from top coaches. That's how I run my business, is basically watching from the top, and then I do the same thing, and it's worked quite nicely for me. So now I want to share with you what I've done. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Andy. I'm the founder of Team Faithfully Fit. I'm currently a 3-star diamond coach. I'm pushing to be an elite coach for 2015, and I'm excited about this time of year, and I hope you guys are too. You might be hearing a lot of comments about it being a hard time of year, but it's all what you make of it. Last year at this time, I was a diamond coach, a new diamond coach, and I went into the holidays full throttle thinking, I'm not going to let anybody tell me this is a tough time of year. I strategically did the 21-day fix in October to get some really good before and afters, and it boosted my business so much. So wherever you're at with your business, I just wanted to let you know that you have so much potential to take this wherever you want it to go. I strongly believe in that from what I've been able to build for my family over the past year. And my goal now is to, and has been, to really help each and every one of you meet your goals. If you have a goal to build a full-time income from Beachbody, I know it's possible, and I want to help you do it. So today let's focus on volume. A little bit about what I've done in terms of rank versus bank. I heard a long time ago a tip, sorry, to not just look at a rank. You don't want to just shoot for 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, whatever, or diamond. You want to really concentrate on how that looks in terms of volume. So because volume is what drives your residual income. So we all make money off commission when you sell a challenge pack, but the money that will help build a full-time income that is a sustainable income that you're getting, a decent check every week, is from volume, from your team cycle bonuses. So first, I want to take it back to basics really quick. I don't know if all of you are in the Push to Diamond training, or if you've heard some of this before, I apologize, but it's always a good refresher. So as an Emerald coach with a team cycle bonus where you have a coach on each of your legs, you make $14 on every team cycle bonus. And I'll show you a little bit more of what that means in a minute. As a Ruby coach, where you have 2 coaches on each leg, and one of those coaches on each side is an Emerald coach, you make $16 every time your team volume cycles. As a Diamond coach, where you have 4 coaches on each side and an Emerald on each side, you make $18. So that is the most you can make per cycle, is $18 a cycle, but that really starts to add up, not only in the sense that you are making $2 more per cycle, but more so in the sense that you have more volume under you because you have a bigger team. So I wanted to show you a little something. I'm going to screen share here and show you kind of what my downline looks like, and point out, just for those of you who maybe haven't figured out which leg is your strong leg versus your weak leg yet, we need to start there. So let me show you that real quick. So here is my online office with my graphical genealogy. So what you'll see right away that won't be totally obvious is a personally sponsored coach over here, and this person does not have a PS above her. So she is not a personally sponsored coach, and she's right in my downline right there. So what that means, and I did not sign up this person, neither did any of my coaches. So she is a coach that was added to my team from somebody above me, making this, my right leg, my strong leg. Over here is built of coaches that only have been added by myself or by coaches under me. So this is my weak leg. So what that translates into when we're talking about team cycle bonuses and volume is every time this leg, my right leg, has 200 volume points, And every time this leg, my left leg, my weak leg, has 100 volume points, I make $18. So if you look up here for this current week that ends tomorrow, my left leg volume is just about half what my right leg volume is, which is exactly what you want it to be, because you want your strong leg volume to double what your weak leg volume does or more, so that you can maximize the team cycle bonuses. So at this point, I would make basically 25 times $18, and that would be my team cycle bonus for this week. Any volume that does not get used, as long as you maintain your rank of emerald or ruby or diamond or above, gets banked. And as long as you, again, maintain that rank, that bank continues to grow. So it's another important aspect of trying to maintain whatever rank you're at, and obviously going further so that you don't lose that banked volume. So one other thing I wanted to point out in terms of volume is, like I said, I went for bank over rank. And so when I signed little Miss Shayna over here, I knew she'd be awesome, but she was one of the first coaches I signed. And you can tell that because this person, this person, this person, and this person are not mine. So Shayna was the first coach I signed on my right leg. At the time, I didn't even know it was my strong leg. And Bryn was the first coach I signed on my left. So this made my strong leg. Once Shayna came out and I knew she was going to blow it out the water and become a diamond really quickly, I thought that's great for my strong leg, because where my account is placed on my direct upline is actually on an inside leg, which we don't want to do, because what that does is it does not create as much volume coming from the top as being on an outside leg. So this is an inside leg, this is an outside leg. This is an outside leg, inside leg. So you always want to build far and wide. So you want it to continue to come out like this, and so on down this way. It's a little bit confusing when you look at this view, because you're like, well, then why are all these people on the inside? Well, their graphical genealogy looks different than mine. So these aren't people that have been added to an inside leg. They're building off of other coaches, so don't worry about that. I've consistently put all of you on outside legs all the way down to maximize your earning potential as a coach. Moving on my strong leg, when Shayna hit diamond, I knew that because I'm on an inside leg, it would be more difficult to build up my right leg volume. So I strategically placed another coach who I knew would get to diamond pretty quickly, or I had a pretty good idea that she would, Miss Kimberly Jensen. So I strategically placed her on my strong leg, knowing that she would get to diamond, and that would not make me a 2-star diamond because I didn't have any other diamonds on my left side at the time. But in terms of volume, I needed more volume on my right so that my left could cycle more and I could then earn more team cycle bonuses. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to not just ramble on, but have it make sense. So I've had a lot of people ask me, why did you go from 1-star to 3-star? You know, we never heard about you going to 2-star. Well, that was because I had Shayna on my right, and then I had Kimberly on my right as well. They were both diamond, but in order to, every time you add a diamond, they need to be opposite. So I didn't technically become a 3-star until I made a diamond on my left. And that's what I did with Eric's account. I got his account to diamond. So once I officially locked that in after 6 weeks, consecutive weeks, that basically pushed me to 3-star. So let's say I guessed right with Kim that she would become diamond pretty quick, but I put her over on my left side. I would not have made as much volume, therefore I would not have made as much income, because my right and left leg volume wouldn't have been balanced the way that I need it to be to maximize that income. So I hope that part makes sense. Think about that as you're building your team. When you're building to diamond, it's very difficult to predict where to put people. So don't worry about it too much. What I do want to make sure you guys do is strategically place your spouse if you've gotten to that point. And there we go. Sorry. Strategically place your spouse on your weak leg so that that maximizes your weak leg volume. Because hopefully the way that I've structured our team, you're earning a decent amount of volume, I would think, on your right leg already. And so therefore you want your spouse to counteract that on your weak leg because you can control that account. You can't control, obviously, what your coaches do. That's not what you're trying to do. You're not trying to control anybody, but you can only do as much as you can do. So you want to have any added accounts on your weak leg. So as you're building to diamond, you want to ping pong back and forth, but you also want to be cautious of where you're placing people, because if you have somebody come to you and say, I love Shakeology, I just want the discount, then you can put them on either side. But if you have somebody who's been a rock star in your challenge group and they really want to run with this business, you want to make sure that if you have anybody else on your team that has that same mentality, that they're on opposite sides so that they can both go to Emerald and beyond and help you get to diamond as well. So be thinking about that. Once you get to diamond, a lot of people tend to get stuck there. And I don't want any of you to get stuck there. It's not a stopping point. Diamond is not a stopping point. Just because you max out on your earning potential in terms of the $18 per cycle, you're not going to see your income and your team grow if you just go, okay, well, I got to diamond and now I'm making the most per team cycle bonus, so I'm good. You want to keep continuing to add to your team and help them to emulate what you've done for many different reasons. Obviously, so that your income continues to grow, so that you can continue to rank advance, and so that you can make sure that your diamond status is locked in. I can tell you with my account, when it was at diamond versus what Eric's account is at diamond, it's drastically different. I tried my best to make Eric's account balanced with volume, but it was really tough. He has a very strong leg that's coming down from my downline, so I felt like, oh, I don't have this super strong leg because of where I was placed. And in the end, it's really hasn't played a big part in this, because you still have to build your team. You still have to build your own volume on both sides in a sense. Well, with Eric's account where I've placed people, again, you can't always guess what people are going to do. And I did my best with trying to figure out where to put people. And it's not so much maximizing the volume like I thought it would, which is okay. Over time, it will catch up, and that's fine. And it was also, I was also using his account in a different way, and I was trying to place those coaches strategically for their income to flourish as well. So there's a lot to think about when it comes to volume and where to put people. But right now, I want each of you just to pay attention to where you place your spouse and make sure you know which is your weak leg, because once you get to diamond, you should be adding, for every 2 coaches you add on your weak leg, you should add 1 to your strong. So instead of ping-ponging back and forth, one coach one side, one coach the next, you want to be building up your weak leg volume, because I would venture to guess that your strong leg volume is already being built for you from our team in some way. So you need to counteract that on your left side so that on your weak side, so that you are maximizing your earning potential. If you guys have any questions about this, just comment in the thread below, or you can comment on my team page and tag me in it, and I'll be sure to clear anything up if anything is a little bit confusing. So real quick, just as a recap, just make sure you are building your team for success. And you don't want to overthink this whole placement thing, but at the same time, you want to understand how it works so that you are maximizing your income. It's been very eye-opening for me as I learn more about this. And another one of my goals is to make sure that you guys understand it all 100% now while you're team building, so that you don't look back and go, oh shoot, I should have placed this person here, this person there, or whatever. Because I've talked to top coaches who've felt that way, and then they feel, they could have made a lot more income a lot earlier on had they known all these little tips of where to put people. So that's why this is a really important topic. And I know it's confusing and it's not really the fun part of all of this, but it's really important. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys that I'm learning right now, as well as, like I said, diamond is not a stopping point. I want you all to go way beyond diamond. I've learned so much that I had no idea even existed. As a 2-star coach and above, you're allowed to open up a second business center, which is another account that you can run. So I'm actually doing that today and strategically figuring out where to place it. Because once you do that, not as a 2-star, not only do you earn a quarterly bonus, which is a decent amount of money that would be nice to have every 4 months, but you also, as that second business center, you place it hopefully under your spouse or the other account you've already been running. So when you sell a challenge pack, all your Success Club points and everything rolls up, and basically you're earning volume off of everything from that point on in your business through 3 different accounts. So that's where I really seen my income jump up, is when I got Eric's account to Diamond. A little bit before then, I started transferring customers to his account, which I would highly recommend to boost your volume because he's on my weak leg. So I would get myself to Success Club 10, and then I would start to work on his account and place orders under him to get Success Club points under him so that I can get the Success Club benefits from 2 accounts. But not only that, I would go back and look at all my customers from the previous month, and I would transfer them under Eric's account. So every time, for people who are still buying Shakeology, every time their Shakeology comes up, we make the commission off of Eric's account, we make the volume off Eric's account, and we also make the volume off of my account. So it's not exactly doubling your money, but in a sense it is doubling in terms of doubling your volume. So the same idea is with another business center. It'll all trickle up. So I've wondered all along, how do these coaches create such big incomes? And the volume is where it's at. That's how people have been able to create tremendous incomes. And so it's been a huge focus of mine to figure out the strategy in it. And so I want you guys to start planning for it now so that you plan your team accordingly. Another thing is, when you place people, it's not, as long as you are building far and wide and not placing on inside legs, which you would have to go in and tell it to be on an inside leg. So don't worry too much about that it's accidentally happened or anything like that. But all of your coaches under you are going to benefit. So it doesn't hurt people where you place them. It's not like a game of chess and you're going to be the only winner. That was something that I kept trying to figure out, because I always feel like I don't want things to be just for my personal gain. I want to set everybody up for success. So as I was looking more into it, because you're all on an outside leg of mine on either side, and I'm constantly adding to both sides, you're all benefiting once you get to emerald status and above from the volume of coaches added after. So the way that works, just to clarify a little bit, is let's say you're on my weak leg, and I'll use my strong leg since you're all on Shayna's team, you're all on my strong leg. So every time I had a coach or anybody, or Shayna adds a coach, after the date that you signed up, you will benefit on your strong leg from all that volume from that coach. So if that coach ends up being an elite coach someday, a 5-star coach or something, that's a lot of volume potential. So there's built-in ways from Beachbody to really help maximize all of our incomes. The same is true on my weak leg. So for every time a coach is added after the date that any of my coaches signed up, they will earn that volume from those coaches. So it's a big deal. And I just want you guys to know what the potential is there and that you guys can all do this. So again, I hope I didn't ramble on too much. I really wanted to give you guys some factual information. And if you ever have questions on where to place a coach, definitely reach out to Shayna, or you can reach out to me and I will help you try to figure out where best to place them. And finish the year strong. I hope you guys listened to the National Wake Up Call from Monday. If you haven't yet, I strongly encourage you to. It was just a great pep talk on going full throttle all the way through Christmas. You know, now's the time to set yourself up for success for 2016, because I can tell you from experience, January and February, and even going all the way through spring, is huge in this business. And what you do now will set you up for those months. It's like a platform. If you're consistent now, if you're consistent with your power hour, if you're consistent with working a program from start to finish and getting those before and after pictures and strategically posting them, and consistent on your Facebook, consistent on your Instagram, people are watching you. I've had a lot of people on our team lately say, like, how are you hitting Success Club every month? You know, I look at your promos on your Facebook page and nobody responds to them. That's right. If you take this past weekend, for example, it was our anniversary, and I strategically posted certain things to boost my affinity, and I had hundreds of likes, several comments, 30, 40 comments on different posts. And then I posted a promotion on Sunday evening, and I got about 20 likes, and all of them are from you sweet people, coaches, and like my mom and my grandma. I don't get business, or I'm not good at recruiting. I'm not recruiting coaches so much through my promotions. You're not seeing it on there. You're not seeing several comments underneath like, sign me up. But I still post consistently because I'm consistently adding to my network every single day. So there's new people on there that haven't seen what I have to offer yet. So you better believe I'm going to continue to post about what I have to offer with this opportunity, what I have to offer with the challenge group. And if I get crickets on it, I just go, oh, well, every time I go to hit post, I just tell myself, no expectations, you know? And I want you guys to have that same mentality. Don't let it get in your head if people aren't responding, because trust me, people don't respond to me all the time. What I do is a lot of behind the scenes. I am consistently inviting people to challenge groups, consistently inviting people to join sneak peeks or one-day glances into coaching or whatever our team is doing, or hard hitters, or whatever's coming up. I use all of that, but a personal message goes a long way. You may feel like you're bothering people, but you're really not. I needed a personal invite. I would have never responded to a Facebook invite. The reason we do Facebook invites is for the people who obviously will just jump on and say, hey, sign me up. And just to get the word out so people learn to trust you and watch you. I've said it 100 times. Rewind a few months ago, I can't tell you how many messages I would get from people saying, I've been watching you and now I believe. So if you're a new coach and you're feeling like this isn't going to work, or you know nobody's commenting on your stuff or whatever, stay consistent and it'll pay off. Trust me, especially going through the end of the year. Consistency is key. Take it back to basics. Don't get stressed out about time. I mean, this week has been crazy. My husband's off work, which is awesome, but we've got plans up the wazoo, and I feel like I got this big old deadline with this baby coming out soon. So I've got a lot going on, and I just prioritize my day. I make sure to get in a power hour. And confession, yesterday, I didn't get my power hour done. So today I sent out double the invites. So I make it up somewhere. So if you want this bad enough, you can do it. Trust me. I just want the best for each and every one of you, and I'm rooting for all of you, and I'm here for you, whatever you need. And I know that Shayna, as my success partner, feels exactly the same way. We are here to work with the willing. We have seen what this business can do personally, financially, and just how it can boost you up to be helping other people. And so we're ready to run, and we want you guys to run right there with us. I want to go to Summit in July with each and every one of you coming up on stage because you're all these Star Diamond coaches. I mean, how awesome would that be? I think about it all the time, and I just am so pumped up, and I want you guys to feel the same way and go help people. The 3 Lives Club. If you haven't hit Success Club yet, you still have, what, 3 days? 3 lives. Don't think about it as points. Think about there's got to be 3 people in my life who can benefit from the 21-day fix. I mean, who can't benefit from the 21-day fix? And go talk to them. All right, guys, have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.